富、名声、力、この世の全てを手に入れた男、海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー。彼の死に際に放った一言は人々を海へ駆り立てた。
俺の財宝か？欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ、この世の全てをそこに置いてきた。
男たちはグランドラインを目指し夢を追い続ける。世はまさに大海賊時代。
ありったけの夢をかき集め、探し物を探しに行くのさ。ワンピース羅針盤なんて渋滞のもと、熱に浮かされ漢字を取るのさ。誇りかぶってた宝の地図も確かめたのなら伝説じゃない。個人的な嵐は誰かのバイオリズム乗っかって思い過ごせばいい。ありったけの夢を集め、探し物を探しに行くのさ。ポケットの恋、それと You wanna be my friend. We are on the cool. We are.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is part 24 of my One Piece overview. So we're almost done with this series. To be honest, I'm like half sad and half glad that I'm gonna be ending this series, because I've had a lot of fun going back to all these moments on One Piece, this series that I love so much. But at the same time, I want to do other stuff. I want to do some figure reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, here I have 99, 100, 101, and 102. After this, whatchamacallit? After this video, I have another one coming out tomorrow that's gonna cover the last 3 volumes that I have, or the ones that are out at this moment, which is 103, 104, and 105. So just to show you guys, in case you didn't see my last video, these 3 volumes, I love it when volume covers do this. They connect to make this big picture for the 100th volume celebration. So that's really cool. So yeah, let's get into the video. There's not much for me to talk about. I think most of this is just gonna be Law and Kid versus Big Mom, Sanji versus Queen, and Zoro versus King. So it's a lot of fighting. I'm not going to be talking so much. I'm just going to be flipping through the pages and looking at the artwork. I'm doing a little bit of commentary as always. But question of the day, I wanted to ask you guys, what is the most recent manga you guys have read? So the other day, when I went to the movies with my friends, we went to the bookstore, like always, and I picked up the first volume of Dan Dan Dan, or Dan Dan Dan. I'm not exactly sure how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I just say Dan Dan Dan. So I have read this manga before, but I dropped it after like 50 chapters, maybe a year or 2 ago. I'm not exactly sure, honestly, but I want to start collecting it. Because it's got a really unique story. I won't like spoil it or anything for you guys, but it's got a very unique story, very wacky, and I like that about manga. And I like the art style too. It's like a mix between Kohei Horikoshi's art style, who's the mangaka of MHA, and I love his art style, man. I'm not such a big fan of My Hero, like the story itself, but I love Horikoshi's art style. It's one of my favorites. it's like a mix of MHA and Chainsaw Man. I also love Chainsaw Man's art style, so I really like the art style. And the story and the characters, I really like them too. And this guy, he's really good at coloring too. So I probably can't show some of this stuff in here because it does have explicit content. But this guy has some really good drawings. And I'll be honest, I like a little bit of romance myself, and this manga has some of that. I'm trying to find a good, maybe this one's good. So I really like the art style, and I like the way he plays with panels too. I think it's a guy. So he's really good at drawing and everything. The art is amazing. So I'm looking forward to collecting this series. I think it has 13 volumes released at the time of making this video. Yeah, I'm very excited to start collecting that one and start getting back into it. I didn't think it was boring or anything. I just I dropped it. I have so many series on my shelf that sometimes I start reading a manga and then I drop it and I start this other one. But yeah, let's get into the video. So I already showed you guys. I didn't show you guys 102, but that's that's 99. That's volume 100, 101, and 102. So let's get into volume 100. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what a huge milestone this is. Volume 100 of a series that's been going on for I think at this time it was going for like 25 years, I believe, when this volume was released. And that is insane for a series like One Piece. I talked about it in my last video about chapter 1000, but that is incredible, honestly, for a series to gain this much popularity and to run for so long and still gain that steam. It's incredible. One Piece has done the unimaginable, and it's just like a marvel, honestly, in our world. But yeah, I'll get into chapter or volume 100. Oh, that's right. Robin has a fight in this arc, which I thought was really interesting. It was a cool fight. I'm not exactly sure where the power comes from, because she gets like a demon form, and I get that that comes from her what do they call it? I forget what they call it, but they call her Demon Child Nico Robin. That's where the power up comes from, but I'm not exactly sure how it works. And then here's the Ice Oni thing. I'm gonna skip through this. It's really annoying. And then here, I forget who it is posing as Oden. Oh, it's a drawing by Kanjuro, right? I think so. And then Ashura gets killed. Let's see what else there is. It's just a lot of back and forth between Kaido and and Luffy. That's why I said there's not a lot to talk about, because it's just a lot of fighting. Whether you like the back and forth between these characters, it does get a little tiring sometimes. Oh, and then here's where Zoro does the 9 sword style. And this is the second time ever that he's pulled off this attack. Or where he's done this form before. I think the first time was in Enies Lobbying, which is crazy. And he's only activated that form twice. So here Luffy lands another punch on Kaido. What I did like about this back and forth was Big Mom versus Kid in Law. That was probably one of my favorite fights in the entire series. It was such a good fight, man. I was just like they were going back and forth and everything, and they kept one upping each other, and I love it when they do that, and Big Mom pulls off some attacks that we haven't seen so far. And then there's Sanji. I think this is where he fights Queen. It might be. Oh yeah, and then she creates a new cloud because Zeus betrayed Big Mom. Oh, and this is insane. Look at this art. Oh, and then this is like the fourth time that Luffy gets knocked out. And then he gets saved by Law's crew. So that back and forth does get kind of tiring. I think I'll get to it in this volume, I think, or in the next one. Oh, this I didn't pick up on in the anime, but Kinemon did get cut in half, which was insane to think about. I think, right? Did he get cut in half, or that's what they implied in the anime, but I didn't pick up on it just yet. Oh, and then Yamato versus Kaido. Like I said, it could have been anybody fighting Kaido, like to hold him off. So yeah, Yamato doesn't really have a place in the story. Just the fact that she's Kaido's son, his son. This is cool. I like this cover page. But I completely forgot that Carrot was a character. You can see she has her own little sad space in the corner. And people thought that she was going to join the crew, which I didn't understand either. I don't exactly know what she could have brought to the table. She's just a kid. I think she's like 15 or something. And she doesn't really do anything. In this arc specifically, she's trying to get revenge on Pero for killing Pedro. And then it's just Jinbei versus this guy who's who. But he does drop some lore here. The first mention of the sun god Nika. So that's a little bit of foreshadowing. I'm pretty sure Oda had plans for that all the way back here. Maybe I'm maybe underestimating him. He probably had plans way farther than this. And then Yamato shows off her devil fruit. The mythical type model Okuchi no Makami, the Inu no Mi. Oh, and then there's like this this mist that makes you see hallucinations. Demonio. See, I think I still don't know what this exactly could be. But I feel like It's hockey? I'm not exactly sure. I don't know what it is. So Brooke and Robin defeat Black Maria, and then Raizo. Don't really care about him. I love Wano, man, but there's just so much that I do not care about. There's a ton. It's bloated. I said this already, but it's very bloated. And then right here, Zoro and Sanji split off and defeat their respective opponents. Oh, here, Momonosuke gets older because of Shinobu's ripe fruit. And then there's just this little backstory between Yamato. I don't think it's tragic enough for her to become a Straw Hat. That's why I think Bonnie will become part of the Straw Hats, because if you've read the manga, her backstory is pretty tragic. And I think another check mark off the list is that she's being, or at the moment she's being saved by the Straw Hats themselves. So she's gonna have that connection to them, maybe even like an emotional attachment when everything on Egghead is done and over with, right? And this is really cool. So this is that WT100 spread. So this is awesome. I've been wanting to get this like a poster and put it up on my wall. Volume 100. That's insane. Yeah, that was 101. But as I was saying, I'll always be a Vivi supporter, but Bonnie is probably gonna join the crew. She has a really cool devil fruit. I feel like the crew's been needing another devil fruit user ever since I guess you could count Brooke. But there's only 4 of them, I think. Brooke, Robin, Chopper, and Luffy. But yeah, I feel like Bonnie is going to join the crew, which I'm not against. I have been liking Bonnie, especially after her backstory and her connection to Kuma. So we're on to 102. And I think this volume should just have, what chapter is this? 1026. We're almost there for the you know what. I'm very excited to talk about that moment. So yeah, Yamato and Kaido are just going back and forth. Momonosuke's trying to pull Onigashima away from Wano. And this fight between King and Zoro was probably one of the coolest fights in the entire series. For most of these fights, I was completely blind, which is a good thing, because I like when I'm completely blind to incredible animation. And then here's Sanji's his genes or whatever. He becomes like he gets a buff. He becomes a lot stronger. So it becomes more durable and just stronger and faster in general. And then I like the detail. Maybe we can see it here, but I think Sanji's eyebrow curves that way. And then when yeah, you can see it right here. When he's in that, I'm not sure what you call it. His cyborg mode, I'm just going to call it that. They swirl the other way, just like his siblings. And then here, I'm not exactly sure what this is. that was just another thing to have Yamato do. To have her like stop the bombs from exploding in Wano or in Onigashima. And then here you just see Big Mom and Kid and Law. So in this arc, Kid and Law do actually awaken their devil fruits. Not to the fullest potential, but they have awakened them. So Law with his devil fruit, I think he can apply his room technique to an object, and he uses it on his sword. And then Kid can apply his Jiki Jiki no Mi devil fruit powers, like his magnetism on people and other things, not just metal. So that was really cool. And then here's some cool lore drops about Zoro. So Zoro is from Wano. I think there's a family tree thing, but his grandfather, it's not here. Shimotsuki Kozaburo. I think this old man that he meant, he's the one who forged the Wado Ichimonji. And he's Queena's grandfather. So Quina and Zoro are both descendants from Wano. And I'm not exactly sure the relationship between Zoro and Ryuma, but I think those two are related as well. Which would explain why he's so strong, right? He has those genes. And then I love this, man. I love this, where he says, "I've got a promise to keep to my captain and to my best friend." That was so cool. So I'm pretty sure you guys know by now, but Zoro is a big man of promise. In the beginning, when Luffy helped him escape, he made a promise to join his crew or something like that. I forgot what happened all the way back in Romance Dawn, but Zoro is a man of promise, and he's going to keep his promises no matter what. So the promise he made to Luffy was that he was going to be the world's greatest swordsman, and that's the promise he's going to keep. But as the series goes on, Zoro starts to have another purpose in life, and that's to help Luffy become the king of the pirates, right? And the only way he can do that is by keeping his promise to his captain and to his best friend. So I really like that relationship between Zoro and Luffy. Zoro is Luffy's first mate. Luffy is Zoro's captain. But they're both, they're best friends. They care about each other a lot. And they would do anything for each other. So I like that relationship between those two characters. And then here's just that fight between Sanji and Queen. There's not a lot of spectacle in this fight, to be honest. I did like Zoro versus King a lot better in the anime. They both had really good animation, but I feel like Toei, I get it's a meme at this point, but there's this meme that Toei has a Zoro agenda. So that it's basically saying that they like Zoro more than Sanji, so they put more effort into Zoro. And I feel like that's stupid, honestly. But you can't see it in the anime. I'm not one to pick fights over characters and stuff like that. But I do like Sanji a little bit more than Zoro. But Zoro is still one of the coolest characters ever, dude. So then here, this fight is only like a couple pages, or maybe 10 pages, but they expanded on it so much in the anime. It has insane animation, that fight. But yeah, as I was saying, there's a lot of discourse between characters and series, and like, which one's better? Oh no, this one's better. You're stupid. You know, you see a lot of that on Twitter, and I go on Twitter just to look around, and I leave like 5 minutes later because there's so much discourse, man. So much uh, fighting and bickering about these characters and series, and I'm just over here with all these series on my shelves. Just I love all of them equally, to be honest. I'll be honest, I like some of them more than others. One Piece, but yeah, I don't like fighting over stupid stuff like that. I like Zoro and Sanji almost equally. I like Sanji just a little bit better. But that was part 24 of my One Piece overview series. I can't believe that I'm almost finished with this series. Question of the day: what is the most recent manga that you've read? Um, Mine is Dan by Yukinobu Tatsu. So, tune in for the next video. I'm finally gonna be talking about Gear 5, which I'm very excited. But that'll be it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.